I think, of course, one of the things that we think about often is money, and not only where is it safe, but what can you do with it? One of the best places to get those questions answered is Union Bank here in Santa Clarita Valley. Oscar Dominguez, good morning.
Morning. Morning. Thanks for having me, George.
So let's talk a little bit about this because, of course, we have one right here down the street on Lyons Avenue, but we talk about banks. We don't really think about it unless we are money oriented. But a lot of us, we just need enough to pay our bills, maybe set aside a little bit for savings. But banks are so much more than that. Oh,
we are. We have so much more of that. But good time of the year as well. So we talk about banking and banking in general. At this time of year that I talk to clients often about, hey, it's time to revisit your New Year's resolutions. What are things you didn't do or you plan to do during the year, and now it's time, as we get towards the end of the year, do we accomplish that? So coming into your neighborhood Union Bank, whether the one online or the one in Valencia, it's a good time to see what one of your bankers, representatives, or any banker, and talk about that. Talk about what are the things that you're concerned about. Is the account inappropriate now? Is the financial planning that you've been putting in place maybe changed in the last 6 to 8 months of the first half of the year? And one of the things you can do to talk to your neighborhood bank about those kind of things. And also, what's happening in the interest rate market? What can we do differently in terms of what we have in our savings, our investment, our portfolios, or mortgages? What are the things that are changing in that environment?
Exactly. And I think what's really important, a lot of people don't really think so proactively, or they think that if they're going to go to talk to someone that they're going to be embarrassed because, no, I don't really have a plan. I don't have very much, or I don't even have a savings account. I haven't even thought about this. And yet there are things that you can do, even people who think they only live paycheck to paycheck, what you can do to kind of guide them in that so that they can get that financial planning in place, right?
Yes. And there's so much available today than there was in the past. I mean, I'm a 30-year banker. And what I was doing 30 years ago to what I'm doing today with clients and engaging clients, there's so many different ways to get started. And people come in and say, well, I'm afraid I don't have a plan, or I haven't talked about it. I'm too young. I'm too old. I haven't done this. There's always an opportunity to start planning. Planning, it costs nothing to plan.
Exactly.
And so we can start that. And most of our banking offices at Union Bank have a data sheet that we can assist clients with that process as well. And applications. There's so many apps now. So even for our not so savvy computer individuals, we have apps now. We have technology available. Very simple to track cost, what you're spending every month, every day. Kind of bring it down so you understand where am I spending most of my dollars, and how can I start paying myself as well. So we always talk about that, and then start assisting with the planning process. Simple for many, complex for many as well, but we can always help out having that conversation, and never too late.
Right.
So,
never too late, and you're never too young either to start. The younger, the better. There are things that I look back as like, why didn't I do this X amount of years ago? And that's the thing, again, having someone that can help you look forward, and so you're not feeling like you're looking backward to pay everything. You actually have a plan moving forward, and especially because you never know, what can happen to change your circumstances. So you want to buffer against that. A lot of us who've been through the recession back a few years ago got caught, with our in a bunch, as it were. And so having that sort of planning, what you can do also from obviously home loans and things like that, and investments. And even though your savings accounts, I know aren't as, like, I was thinking back when I was a kid, not even knowing how interest rates worked, but as a savings account, how it used to be kind of a big deal to have a little bit extra.
The passbook savings.
Yeah, and now not so much, but still important to have something that, and you've got higher yield rate things for higher balances, and it's still the importance of having that.
I think the critical piece, George, is really get in front of somebody and have a conversation, or go to our unionbank.com. A lot of information on the websites as well for those that want to shop that way or talk to an individual that way. We have opportunities to talk to via the internet as well. But if going into a banking office, they do Saturday appointments as well. I always encourage clients, it's when you really don't need things is when you start looking at things such as, maybe the mortgage is great, but maybe it's time to look at the mortgage and maybe evaluate where your current payments are and your current interest rate and balances. What other options are available? Savings options as well. And kids. As we have our kids growing up, how do we educate our kids about finances as well? And the bank has developed some good programs, and a lot of institutions have as well, but Union Bank in particular has really dedicated and put together a youth program for for the young and our youth, and educating them as they prepare themselves for getting out to the real world. a lot of times we forget that step. We forget that, oh, it's okay, daddy and mommy have plenty of money and it always just comes out of there. They're the bank.
And again, you never know.
No, but we educate them early on, from the age of, 6 and 7 and 8, they're starting to save their own money
and learning early on the importance of saving. And, I talked about savings, but also investment and where you balance that and depending upon your goals, right?
Absolutely.
So I think that's really important. All the information there at unionbank.com. And of course, online banking has saved me, Oscar, because I used to be the worst at balancing checkbooks. And especially when you've got the situation where you can actually see how much are you spending on different things, and especially going out and stuff like that. I think it's fantastic. Unionbank.com. Stop by and see Oscar or anybody that can help you out. It's a great place to get started. And of course, business loans, small business, commercial institutions. So if you're a business, it's a great opportunity to definitely get things underway and see what they can do for you. Thanks so much for stopping by, Oscar. Always a pleasure.